See, with Jon Jones, it is very clear what the rules say as they have been explained to us, which is he is facing a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 4. If you were to look a little bit closer into the rules, they could give him more than 4, but there's no precedence for that, so I do not believe it's worth discussing, and he would be between 2 and 4. Now, can they do other things? You're asking a bit of a trick question there. Yeah, sure. Those rules are pretty thick. They're open for interpretation. They're open for opinion. There is nothing that has ever been explained to us by any authoritative body to lead you to any conclusion other than Jon is looking between 2 and 4. To make believe as though the timing of the Josh Barnett situation isn't a little bit more than handy for doing just that, which is establishing a precedence so that you could let Jon walk. That would be reasonable. That would not be a conspiracy theorist explanation to do that. The timing of it is helpful. That's true. So I don't know on the Jon Jones things. They will have to make a leap. They'll have to be willing participants to do that. And they would have to sacrifice their own integrity. That doesn't mean that that's not exactly what's going to happen. I don't know. I know the rules as they have been explained to everybody, he's looking at 2 to 4. These cases are significantly different. And to make believe that a good politician behind the scenes isn't exactly doing what I've alluded to you, which is to set a precedent so then you can walk in the case that you care about. Sure. Yeah, we get that. But the cases are significantly different in this way. Josh Barnett had a tainted substance. He was able to prove that. He was able to bring in the substance and prove this is tainted. This is not on the active ingredient list. Here's what they told me I'm putting in my body. I checked those ingredients, and they were all approved. Turns out they slipped one in there that they weren't supposed to have. I like that USADA, or this arbitrator in this case, I like that they're able to use that human element and go, wait a minute. Yeah, you broke the rules. Yes, you did, because here's what the rule is. But boy, there's some extenuating circumstance here, and no reasonable person could have known. Right? If they taint a supplement, no reasonable person can know that. And there does have to be room for intent. Sure there does. Josh had to sit a year. He can't ever get that back. So to act as though he wasn't punished, if you want to say, well, yeah, but there's rules. If you want to be a hall monitor about that, you're not wrong. Rules are rules. You can't make believe that he wasn't punished for whatever level of that was. Sure, he lost a year. And then you want to use the human element, which is, hey, intent. Did he have any intent? No, he did not. And we can show here that this was tainted and he had no way to know, and neither would have anybody else. And therefore, we're going to call it a reprimand, look the other way, hope he doesn't sue us, let him know we're done with him, and move on. That's very reasonable. A reasonable person could come to that conclusion. The difference there with where you said it sounded similar to what's going on with Jon, the difference there is Jon brought everything forward, had it all tested, and none of it was tainted. Nothing that he said he put in his body. And even, if you'll remember from that hearing, he had 6 other things tested that he never disclosed he was taking. And none of them were tainted. So to use that apples to apples is a little bit different. To use the precedents with one kid in class when the valedictorian in class is getting ready to come up and you want to have something established for this reprimand clause through arbitration, sure, fair talking point. I mean, I couldn't look at you with a straight face and say, yeah, it's not pretty clear what's going on here. Does that mean that they're tied to? Let's wait and see. Yes, I have a feeling they are well tied together. This is well calculated, and Jon is getting ready to get a pass.